There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We judge it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Foreign people who waiting to sell. The blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The brothers are giving us here and the promise from them. The work with my life without fear.
A lyrical health.
Master.
Clear Paris, who make on you, I can't ask you to be menu. Say my journey, Tina can ask my yamu. And yes, I know money, the more I know. And you love
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I wanna play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I wanna play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I don't get it now ya to money. That's the baby, and I don't get it now. Cause you walk on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talk about podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Foreign people who waiting to sell. The blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving a real and the promise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside, River G to Chide, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Cape Mount, Montserrat, Sanu to Bakwalu, from Maryland, Punk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.
Indeed, Sktv, for matter of fact, we are the best in Liberia. Sktv, we are the best in Africa, and we are the best around the world, folks. Good evening to all of you, our dear channel listeners. Those of you who are also following us via the internet, also, that means wonderful May week. Indeed, today is Wednesday, having to be the 4th. Wow. Time flies, though. Today marks the 4th in the month of March, from the 3rd month in the year 2026. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Help us share the show, man. Yeah, you know, that's a society of ours. If you are not into these positions, you can say any other thing you want to say. But by the time you get there, you join the same group of people, the same group of corrupt people, the same bad people, people who don't have empathy, who don't have love. You know, you join them and you have to wickedness to our people. So again, people, that's it. That's the kind of country we live in. You know, nothing we can do now. It's just Liberia. When we talk, other people, they have their sides. People want to take side. People want to be on the side of politics, or especially the political party. I don't know whether the political party will do better or the individual will do better. Nobody cares. All we care about is about the political party. And what we can do, people, what we can do. Good evening. It's getting interesting. The show is getting more interesting. We haven't yet reached to 2028, but it's indeed getting interesting day by day. And yes, we are seeing a sign, a symptom, and everything, you know, coming back, you know, from our leadership, the way our government, the way they are proceeding, the way things going. Some of the people once upon a time are also part of the making of the government. You know, power of funny thing. Power can just change people, but when people are looking for power, they can be so easy. In fact, they can be backing too. The same thing, they just saying that we can be backing them. Time for positions, time for elections, You will see the people passing around, begging here and there, with all of their. In fact, sometimes they come with their. I don't know what you may call. They call them, I don't know, manifesto or what you may call. They get all kinds of things. They will come with a lesson law for Nima County, for example, or maybe Lofa. They have education. Yeah, man. What kind of country is this? So BM in another country. But anyway, James David, you help us share the show. But that's a fact. They will come with all of the things. They have education on their oh man, some kind of name for this thing. Yeah, it's coming to my mind anyway. But you will see it on their poster or their billboard or all of their, their leaflets or what you may call. So you will see these things then line up there: education, health, security, job creation. Look, I can enjoy like real politicians, man. Nobody be BM equal to these people. But anyway, I will share the show. They forget everything. With me, highlight some of our happy.
Somehow they didn't break their homes down. Not like this. The Lord has said they will bring the people home down. The Lord didn't say anything there because you were looking for the people vote. But here comes Joseph Yima Baka. They don't say break it down. Just see government, no empathy. So Joseph Yima Baka said he came to clean house. But the people else you can't clean, Mr. President, that the people that put you there. You're making them homeless. You're making them jobless. You're creating avenue for you and only your people. And the poor people that put you there, you kick them out on the street. Does that make sense? My fellow Liberian, the only people that will say it makes sense, that people that oversee and living a better life. The only people that will say it makes sense are Delone, that get a senator job and get people that marry them. You will go to OKFM and tell us to bring the people home down. Today, they don't say that the people giving them too much hard time for begging for money, and they are taking care of the people under the salary. Today we play. Oh, 2020, 2023, 2022, 6 years on job management. No. Nobody talk about alleyway because they don't need it to be senator. Unity Party needed to come back to government. Nobody talk about LTMR. No. You know how many people are homeless today? I'm speaking to you, my fellow Liberian radio land, and those of you that are watching us. You know how much money you're sending back home because the people are homeless? Now they're about to lose their jobs. Who getting the jobs? Whose salary they increasing every day? Who making fat salary and brand new cars they are driving? These are our problems. And you are talking, say you're coming back? Unity Party will win 2029? How? Who gonna vote for them? How? The yellow machine will bring you back? When the people ain't got nowhere to sleep, the yellow machine will sleep in? If somebody tell me, how would this happen? You'll keep the yellow machine for 2027, then you put it on the road. How would that? But I want to do it. We'll keep it for 2027 and they put it on the road. But how would this happen, my people? Let's talk straight talk now. Let's be fair. How would this happen? Can you imagine? Joe spotted it. He said, you don't do it. The people remove him. And Joseph Baka said, go and create a new land. So you'll kick them out. Then they don't kill and double down on it. They don't say, you're taking all of the other way. Rescue. But in 2029, you will go beyond those people and ask them to vote for you. You will be on the campaign trail and say, we fought for you. But the people will say, hey, we are sleeping on the street. We are displaying in our own home, in our own country. We are refugees. Hey, you fired me from Ministry of Transport. Hey, you gave my job to LTMR. Hey, all judgment.
Well, thank you, Chairman. We will bring you on later on. Thank you for also helping us because we've been saying these things. Sometimes people insult us, they call us all kinds of names. You know how we belly driven, we join the list with this and that. You know, so look, if you want to take, Liberians, they're just a group of people that some Liberian though, you want to tell them the truth, how their life look, what happened, some of these things. The job is sorting for the same politicians. Thank you, though, Chairman. Well, help us share the show, people. The show will be interesting this evening. Indeed, we just that just warming up for today. Today is May week. Today is Wednesday, the 4th of March. It's May week, so we're not making anything lazy. More will soon join us here very soon. Brother Aliu will also be here with us. The 12 talking, Aliu, the politics of the day. We gradually enter into politics because guess what? We use 2024, 2025, 2026, and enter into 2027 because all of the years we've been telling you the lapses, the happening of the day, the way your government proceeding, things happening, your leadership, the way they've been treating you. But then we enter into 2027, 2028, and certainly now, but real politics. How politics go, how these people, they are deceitful, how they treat you, how they are manipulating all of the system. Then we start to tell you all of these things because some of you are blinded. Look, yeah, Stanton is just like you distant our chair. I just want to put you in my back. Yeah. But again, you fire off, my brother. You fire off. But anyway, help us share the show. Destiny Emery Wonders Chinium. Thank you for watching and following us from 72nd Pinsville City. Thank you so much, my dear brother. James David is also watching. James David, Elijah Pongi. Thank you for watching. And the rest of you who are also following us this evening, please give us a like, comment, and share. Leave comment and tell us exactly where you are watching from. Then we'll be able to recognize you. Those of you who are also fasting, our Muslim brothers and sisters, we also want to say thank you so much for the fast. And I hope and pray that man, I always saying though, because they have the good one, they have the bad one. Whether you like it or not, these are all facts. So for me, I don't easily now, none and day. I don't even go by religion in a way. I go by the faith that lead me to God. I go by the truth of the Bible. I go because I read both the Bible and the Quran. So I don't hear about the religion thing because I see it as certain group of people. Him on just try to organize certain thing. It controlling. It's not bad though to have religion, but in a religion there are certain group of people who also put tradition to do certain things. So I'm already my eyes already open and I see most of these things. I know most of these things. So religion I myself don't get it. Two things in my whole life: trouble or that thing what they call the trap business. No. And religion. No. I see you. In fact, even the color black and white, all these things, the way the black people can think that because they are black, yes, that's your color. But when you put your mind, your brain, everything together, you will do better. But if you don't do, you will fail. That's why the Western people or the white people, they are always on top of us. Because for us, all we see is witchcraft. Everything. Just imagine people during those days that used to go for chant, for war, for medicine. Good. Let me just bring this simple example. During those days, during the war time, people will go to the medicine people and go and take all kinds of leave and all everything in the name of bulletproof and so forth. See the Western war, see how they go for the war. They have certain things in the airspace. That what? Capturing the missile. You just sit down there, you'll be wasting your own time. You sit down and say, do all kinds of things. Jackson Jean, thank you for watching. Definitely help us share the show. Have my people, the show be interested. In fact, let me bring our chairman back. Yeah, for today on this man, we just for only today, you will be.
They didn't break their homes down. Not like this. The Lord has said they will bring the people home down. The Lord didn't say anything then because you are looking for the people vote. But here can Joseph Yima Baka, they don't say break it down. Just see government, no empathy. So Joseph Yima Baka say he came to clean house. But the people house you can't clean, Mr. President, that the people that put you there. You're making them homeless, you're making them jobless, you're creating avenue for you and only your people, and the poor people that put you there, you kick them out on the street. Does that make sense? My fellow Liberian, the only people that will say it makes sense, that people that oversee and living a better life. The only people that will say it makes sense that the Lord that get a senator job and get people that marry them. You will go to OKFM and tell us to break the people home down. Today, they don't say that the people giving them too much hard time for begging for money, and they are taking care of the people under the salary. Today we play. Oh, 2020, 2023, 2022, 6 years on job anywhere. No. Nobody talk about alleyway because they don't need it to be senator. Unity Party needed to come back to government. Nobody talk about LTMR. No. You know how many people are homeless today? I'm speaking to you, my fellow Liberian in radio land, and those of you that are watching us. You know how much money you're sending back home because the people are homeless? Now they're about to lose their jobs. Who getting the jobs? Whose salary they increasing every day? Who making fat salary and brand new cars they are driving? These are our problems. And you are talking, say you're coming back? Unity Party will win 2029? How? Who gonna vote for them? How? The yellow machine will bring you back? When the people ain't got nowhere to sleep, the yellow machine will sleep in? If somebody tell me, how would this happen? You keep the yellow machine for 2027, then you put it on the road. How would that? But I want to do it. We'll keep it for 2027 and they put it on the road. But how would this happen, my people? Let's talk straight talk now. Let's be fair. How would this happen? Can you imagine? Joel spotted it. He said, you don't do it. The people remove him. And Joseph Boakai said, go and create a new land. So you kick them out. Then they don't kick and double down on it. They don't say, you're taking all of the other way. Rescue. But in 2029, you will go beyond those people and ask them to vote for you. You will be on a campaign trail and say, we fought for you. But the people will say, hey, we are sleeping on the street. We are displaying in our own home, in our own country. We are refugees. Hey, you fired me from Ministry of Transport. Hey, you gave me a job to...
Hey, no job for me to do. Hey, but Ali, good evening. But Ali, where's up?
Oh, Maybon, what's up with you?
I'm okay.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Maybon. Good afternoon to our listening audience and followers. Yes, Ali Masade, glad to be here. How's everything? How's the country?
Wonderful, my brother. We're doing great. Liberia is good as usual. Apart from the fast month where our Muslim brothers and sisters are doing their fast. Politics as usual. Liberia is politically charged. Like Senator Dawa didn't say once upon a time, the government started the political activities because they are the one. In fact, they started with the who coming back, who not coming back, with all of these things. So politically, I will tell you that yes, indeed, Liberia is politically charged. With the happening of the day, so many things, the yellow machines, Wahala, the issue of the LTMI and that of the Ministry of Transport. The government said beginning March 1, the Ministry of Transport going to take over. I'm sorry, the LTMI going to take over from the Ministry of Transport, and that already taking effect. And so far so good with the apart from that, my brother, there are other news also that have to do with the so many investigation of rape incidents or rape accusations, allegations, and so forth. And we day here, we are observing, but we are good so far. The weather condition here, I think we're already into the rainy season already. Someone will say March, because what we are now experiencing, I need a little rainfall, few days or some days, especially last evening. Yeah, there are little rainfall, but we are okay.
Okay, thank you there. Oh, yes. I was just listening to the video you were playing there. That is it. Sometimes, or more especially when I come on Sktv, in a certain way and certain thing I don't like to talk because this is a platform, even though we discuss politics, but I know how to talk. But that's the bureau for us. You just play Stanton and everybody listening to him on his show, and I see this audio you just play or video whatsoever is taking the entire social media today. And maybe that's the fight. Like being a president of a country, you were elected by the entire country. It's not like Melbourne want to be represented in District 10. So only those people in District 10 are going to stand in queue to elect him. But when you become a president, the whole country had to vote for you. And their safety and well-being should be your first priority. When George Weah wanted to build the invisible pipe, the people told him to build this place, you will have to clear all the people from here. Wherein we have 5,000 people that were over there. He said, if to build pipe, I will make my people homeless. No, let it stay. Let's forget about building pipe. Later on, they went to him, oh yes, we can still build a pipe, but to make that place decent and make it look beautiful, you had to build a muddy structure. And you say, okay, but then no problem. And this is why today you see the invisible pipe. These structures are over there to beautify the place and the entire pipe. The city with PHP, that was government area. He talked to his people, we need to develop this land. And he compensated them, gave them time, they move out. And today you see the PHP. The RRA road today, when he got ready, people were all by the roadside. All those makeshift you saw there. He talked to them, you all had to leave. He compensated them. they left, and today, and this is a 42-year-old experienced president we have in the country, 80 years old, that he don't even prioritize the safety and well-being of his people. Today, Mayborn, people will be calling me, I'm so disturbed. Oh, Mr. Masade, see, you see husband and wife sleeping in garage, in taxi, people sleeping all in the street, being homeless, and you get a president that will come and tell you God is not making new land. So he cares less whether the people are homeless, they are in the street, and they don't instead you anywhere there's an alleyway people build there, break it down. What policy are you putting in place for these people? These are your citizens. Yes, they're supposed to be there, they're supposed to be on alleyway, but they have built these places for decades, they have been there. You can open the alleyway. That's a good thing, yes. What policy, what measures are you putting in place? Just because you want to open the alleyway, just because this place belongs to government, you want to take your people from there. So you don't prioritize their safety and well-being. Forgetting to know the job you get today. These people employ you. They make you who you are. But that's the bureau for us. Like sometimes people call me, I cannot reach out to everybody at the same time. It's a gradual process. Well, I'm so breaking when I see sometimes people just blinking my phone, when I see the kind of way people, you get baby, 2-3 months old baby, you sleeping in the street, you sleeping in garage, you sleeping in old taxi. Maybe when I will not advise you to do that, except to say go in the various garages in Liberia and see for yourself, because that I will not advise you, but this is thing that happening.
Yeah, thank you, Brother Aliu. Even though we will go more into that, also, and because Stephen Witherspoon also been one of the strong supporter of the rescue government, also coming up loud, and sometimes the reactions from the current government officials getting angry, all of these things. We'll go more deeper into that. But welcome, Brother Aliu. Mark, good evening, my dear brother. What's up, everything?
Doing great. Thank God we are here another day.
Mostly Philippine
landed in we came back. We came very close, but we didn't make it. We had to overtake a 4-0 deficit. We came within 3.
What?
One less.
That was too much, man, Mom. That was too much for you.
Yeah, for the first leg. The first leg, we took our force off the gas pedal. You don't come back. That's why you want to minimize the score line, even if you are losing. Because if there is a return leg, you don't want to be in a deep hole, and then you won't come back on the last day to keep fighting, and what happened. So it was a teachable moment. Even on your worst day, try to mitigate the score line. Don't make it to get out of hand. That's the lesson for yesterday. But anyway, back to the politics.
You learn from your mistake.
Yep.
Hope you improve the next time.
Well, yeah, really. I think maybe, hopefully. I'm going to join you guys later. I got some call. I don't know where to get from.
All right, wonderful. Yes. So, Brother Ali, like I was saying, even though you brought about a football game, but you're right. Actually, I like the spirit of the team FC Barcelona. I think that's good for me. I like for me to see footballers. I like to see football game being played. You got to put yourself into the game, but it's just that sometimes, every time you'll be thinking that you'll come back. You got to, they got to desist from that for me. If the team, because I think similar thing like that, I think because of that, one of their playing here in Liberia, a team from Grand Gile, I think he died from heart attack. Because I think they were leading Barcelona, I think 2-0. And Barcelona came back from 2-0 to, I think, 3 or 4. So because of that celebration, the guy just went off and he died. So sometimes, yeah, I think that was some kind of game. I think either in the Champions League or one of the games. Yeah.
It was against Paris Saint-Germain when we came back from a 4. I think we ended up winning 6 on that day. I think the winning goal was it was Sergio, how they call the kid? Not Sergio, but I forgot his name. In the quarterfinal of the Champions League against Paris Saint-Germain, it was forget the kid. I used to play right back, and he scored a 6 goal because the thing about Barcelona. They believe that they got a deadly attack, that they can come back. That's why they don't concentrate on playing defense. They think that they can score anybody at will. But unfortunately, you will not get the result that you want on any given day. Because if you know that you are playing or defensive team, especially against a man like Simone who believe in defensive man. I was surprised when they even scored 3 on Atletico Madrid. Atletico Madrid don't give away goal easily. For you to even score 3 on them, least talk of 4. But like I said, that's their mentality. That's why they don't play defense and they keep getting beaten in almost all the major competition. They don't concentrate on stopping their opponent from scoring. We saw the same thing again with Inter Milan, where they were down. They think that they can come back at any given time, no matter who they are playing against. That's the mentality that they have. And it won't always work all the time. And we have seen it on 2 occasions now, where in the first shot, because of that crazy mentality, you must stop your opponent from scoring if you want to become a champion. You win championship with defense. You don't win it with offense. But unfortunately, the coach that we have now, Hansi Flick, that's what he believed. He believed in high line. He believed in don't play defense. Just keep putting the pressure on your opponent until they give you goal. And I don't buy into that mindset. But anyway, he's the coach. I'm not the one that they're paying millions.
Yeah, man. And you know, more quickly before we make transition, you know, that thing can always give most of your supporters hope, though. Even when a team maybe leading Barcelona about 2-0, say, well, don't worry, Barcelona.
Don't worry, yeah. They will come back. They will come back. Yeah, they always get our hope. They
always come back.
Just need that team. We do.
And then one of the most frustrating about Inter Milan, they were 2 goals behind. They overturned the devils and even took the lead. Only for him to forget about that defense against Inter Milan came and scored the 4th goal that took me out of the Champions League semi-final. Can you imagine that? Anyway, that's it. That's the game. That's what they call it, sports and entertainment. We get entertainment no matter what.
And that's good. But thank you, Mona. Go ahead. What are some of the happenings? Some of the things maybe you've been observing through the politics. I know with the issue of the ombudsman and so many things, though, that job been happening with the corruption, Wahala, and so forth, back to back. Before coming back to this Tito Waterspoon video, maybe I think you have your own say when it comes to that.
Well, you know, one of the commissioners, or I know deputy for whatsoever the land authority, you know, they always let on issue happen in the country because everybody is focused on the politics instead of seeing the bigger picture. We told you guys on the show that from what we are seeing, the land authority, they cannot match these. We got people in Liberia, we got squatters in Liberia, but equally so, we got people that are legitimate owners of their land. The fact of the matter is, you got some corrupt judges that are bypassing the process and taking money from people behind the scene. And you got people who got legitimate deeds, but they cannot even rectify their deeds in the National Archive when it comes to the modern transaction and illegal transaction that's going on. So at a certain point in time, we are only looking for a national crisis. And that's why the guy there, the land authority is saying, and he telling your Congress, you risk going to a war. Look, land dispute is nothing new. It's as old as human history. Land dispute have always, because land is a fixed capital. Liberia 38,000 square miles. Liberia remain 38,000 square miles until the end of the war. It's not going to grow. But the one thing that keep growing is the human population. That's why when social planners sit down, when anything you talk in terms of policy, you think 20, 25, 40 years ahead. When you are even doing construction, that's why I say this country is nothing to be optimistic about. If you build roads in the 80s with 2 lanes, and our population now is 5.6 million, why would you be building 2-lane roads in this modern day and age? For as long as I've been knowing myself, when you're coming from Korea back in the day, one car will stop on the other side of the bridge, the other one will pass, the other one can get on the bridge. And then you went to rebuild that Korea bridge, you built 2 lanes. Are you serious? Are you not considering population growth? You don't know about migration? So the same thing will happen to land. God is not making new land acceptable, but God did not start producing human beings. We keep producing, reproducing every single day. Population never reduces, it only increases. Even the so-called UN Sustainability Act that Liberia signed, did you not read it, the chapter? Did you not read it, the UN or projection about 2030 and 2050 about population growth and how to carry on sustainability or act in terms of living, whether it's about land, whether it's about deforestation, whether it's about hunting for animals, all these things are in a same agreement. You want to tell me you can go to the UN General Assembly and you don't read documents you just signed, because Sustainability Act is also part of the UN chapter. that they just signed recently about population growth. That's why when you come to the US now, all the new houses they are building, you know, back in the day when you bought a home in the US, when you look at people's yard, their backyard, it was just like football field. But guess what? When you buy a modern house now in America, the size is measured. It's very little because they must preserve the land. The second thing about land dispute, as population grows, maybe what you think we need the most? We need food. How do you get food? You get food from farming. What farmers do? Farmers need land to cultivate. So you have to be preserving some land. So 1 minute you will be thinking that with this land dispute, the land issue, you think we'll be talking about our lawmakers trying to come together to talk about land reform, to redesign the entire process. But guess what they are focused on? The politics of it. Who will come back to power? Who evicting people because they vote for them? Who cares? If the government is going to exercise eminent domain, I could care less whether you vote for the government or not if it's done the right way, for the right intent. It doesn't matter. You can vote for somebody and become a victim of that policy. Where is the big deal? We talk about government policy. We don't talk about who vote for who or not. I could vote for a president and become victim of his policy. Where it means that I'm wrong for voting for him. No, that government policy, it affects people's life one way or another. So if the government want to use eminent domain to carry on any kind of a development, is that a bad thing because you voted for Joseph Boakai? That's not my argument. My argument here is, are there projects that the government is pinpointing that something that is of emergency that they should take back land from private ownership and convert them for public use or public usage? That's the argument. I don't care whether George we have skipped Ali and Joseph Boakai implementing Ali with. No, it's not the argument. The argument here is, are you doing it the right way? It is legal. How it's going to impact people's life? That's what we're looking at. But for you, in Liberia, everything is El Clasico in politics. That's why you don't succeed in anything. Because you're almost like a driver who is on a road. Instead of focusing on the road ahead, the destination, he's looking in your view mirror. That's what worry you guys. It's all about election. No, if you are doing the right job, you won't worry about election. The reason you are always focusing on election because you are not doing a damn thing and you yourself know it. So you think you can micromanage the people's perception about you. You worry about who will come out, who will not come out. No, just do your job. Your job will speak for itself. But guess what? That's not the case in Liberia. Everything is about the politics. Like I said, we have 5.6 million people who are very small. Liberia is a very small country. Liberia almost like the size of Tennessee in America. One of the smallest states in the whole of America. So, like the link or deputy commissioner is saying, if you cannot address this issue, because even when it comes to the county demarcation, we even know. So if you cannot tell me the actual demarcation between counties, why make it you manage individual land? I'm talking about the county. I'm talking about the border lines between counties. Now you cannot even identify them. How in the world you can run a country and people cannot even reconcile their deed, whether they are original deed, whether they were there for ages or for decades, and you just have confusions in diverse places. It's not only in Monserrato County. Why do you think will happen 3 or 4 years from now? It will get worse, and when it gets worse, what will happen? You're talking about conflict. Something like uprising will come. We already know it. We already know the tribal sentiment is already there. That won't boom. Then from there, the political sentiment is there. The red hat, the blue hat versus the green hat. Then you can't add lane to it. It's like you're asking for double trouble. It's like you're making a complex problem compound complex. That's exactly what you are asking for. So you would think, like I said, lawmaker will be talking about how we can sit with the executive thinking about total land reform. Go and reimagine how you would do land, how you would get farmland, how you would use eminent domain, how you can do a land reform act to make sure that people who acquire their land legitimately can maintain their land. No. The only thing you are worried about, 2029. Can you imagine that?
And more to that, before Brother Aliyu come on, let me join you. You know, this issue of land business is a very serious issue, even up to date. I think the issue that also happened with other tribe in Nima that have to do with land dispute and so forth. Up to now, we haven't getting any full, update as to whether other people got their land or that land was taken from them or any other thing. Well, nothing of such yet, but this is a very, very serious issue, and all of our leaders, they are all joking about these things. The first thing is that there are things happening. Private citizens are breaking down structures, or in fact owning properties or owning lands and breaking down land, or in fact breaking down people homes, rather. Then you see the government also talking about other way places that they will break down, that they're already breaking down too. So there are conflict in between them that people are not still observing. Sometimes when you see people breaking down places, I see people commenting and saying, oh yeah, a development can we pay. You don't let development. No. We are conflicting these things. The private citizens are owning 50 acres, 10 acres, 25 acres of land in the communities. They are different from government talking about others and so forth. But the government herself, I don't know why the government are coming out to even explain to the people and tell them, oh no, our others way far different from the ordinary citizen, or maybe from the citizen or from people who are allegedly criminal, because this is serious. Like one of the senators was joking that, I don't know what they were joking, it was serious, that someone from Vamuma to ministerial complex, and he was taking it for a joke. But these things, they're all serious. People are claiming land. So which land are we talking about? Are we talking about the government alleyways, or we are talking about the private owned land that they are fighting for, that people are now winning cases? Because for me, Monk, are two different things. And to your final statement about the issue of voting, yes, this is one of the major reasons today why we are now moving forward as a country and society. Because our leadership, instead of them doing the right thing, they will also put politics into these things. They will do it the way they want to do it. And at the end of the day, these things will go back and haunt them. No any other government that want to maintain, or maybe that want to do better, that will be thinking about next elections. But because people think that they don't want to do the right thing, so at the end of the day, all they see is the next elections and so forth. Like Brother Ali said, there are other places that the previous government brought them before, that we saw here. We are, in fact, that we talk about on the radio, that the RIA belt, they pay people, the invisible park. Indeed, they pay people that to even, in fact, they even build structures. I think for people also behind there to even live. But at the end of the day, these people, whether you do better or you don't do better, when they will vote for you, they will vote for you. When they will not vote for you, they will not vote
for you. They will not vote for you, Mayborn. You see?
So for me, you do good. You don't do good. Liberian men to really to more. It's not about election. It's just difficult for our people, because if that were for voting and for doing development, then they're not going to measure about what happened in the community.
No community.
My brother. So just forget about voting business and do what you can do. So that's it, brother. Come on.
Yeah, that is it. We've been saying it here most of the time. These places today, you taking people from, you say, oh yes, this is a government land. But I want to know, the time the government went to get that land, nobody was there. You see, because some of this land belongs to people. Even your government will go there, to be precise, in that 72nd barrack area talking about, when people were saying, oh yes, some of us we get document, we were here when President Doe came to buy the place, this and that, and what have you. But today the government is claiming that entire place, and where people were living there when they went. So how were these people there? And even the time the government bought that place, or Doe took that place for army or whatsoever, people have their deed, legitimate document for the land that they were on, they build their properties on. So people have to be very careful, or else this land issue is going to cause another problem. We pray against that, because nobody want, oh yeah, I bought my land 1965, and the other person say, okay, yes, I bought the land 2017, and court gave me the go ahead to say, oh yeah, they land for me, and you just go there and start breaking people places. People have to be careful, because every day when you wake up in Liberia, now day 2026, I know that year of demolition in the country, you just see, like maybe when you say something to me, see how that building, how beautiful that building is. I think that other place, I heard that Benin Ayure, say that area or whatsoever, they break it down, those money structure and thing. Some of these things are happening because people feel like they have connections, cash violence. They can bribe people. Like Mo Ali said, you can just go, you pay money to the land authority according to Mo Ali, and they go ahead and break down people places. And that's what's happening in the country now. And if care is not taken, this will lead to another thing. You will see people taking classes, doing things in that country, come with your yellow machine and thing. People have to be very careful.
So like for example, let me ask you and that brother, in fact, Ali and that Monk, with the issue of government making a new land, anything you see, you should break it down. There's this structure that stay at the 540 end there. They say that structure is owned by Kalando. So that structure that down there, that the people building the overhead bridge, they do all kinds of things just to. I don't know what kind of, so that structure is not on the alleys, but it's surrounded by alley. I don't think get it. That now
that place is surrounded by alley.
What kind of country is this?
That place is untouchable. It's surrounded by alley.
And people keep complaining. Even if you eat your vehicle, you will hear people complaining about that structure right down there. That Umba Kalando. Hey man. And people, what kind of country will live in? So Kalando is, or in fact, Kalando has or is structure there. I don't know. Allegedly, I heard that in fact, he was given a place. In fact, into government, somebody was saying to me that in charge the government $4 million before they can take it or maybe to break it down. The one I heard was allegedly though. But even as that, what kind of structure that will be that to that place where the people are building the overhead bridge? And the Kalando structure is right there. Or I'm making new land. But Kalando part of land is like that's some kind of land. And that's what they don't talk about, breaking down places that will be in fact that will be in front of government operation. So that Kalando area is not.
No, it's not in front of government operation. It's not obstructing government operation, so they cannot touch it.
Wow. One more, maybe you want to talk, maybe you want to chip in on that. But for me,
the one thing that I know, it will develop into a national crisis, and you can see it happening already. The people who want to play politics can play politics all they want. The people who are instructing others to go and break people's homes, it's up to them. That's their call to make. The one thing that I know when it comes to land dispute, the very first thing you want to establish is legitimacy. You got to separate the wheat from the chaff. The people who own the land legally, that's what you want to identify. Like I said, the only one thing that you need to establish legitimacy is not even in place. That is the National Archives. A record, a comprehensive record of people land ownership. You cannot reconcile their deed. Then you got corrupt judges that bypassing the system and acquiring land illegally. So what are you looking for? You are not looking for chaos. That's just why it is. So a responsible government will jump in from this thing. And the third thing is an economic reason. We are not short of land in Liberia based on the population density. But because you don't have economic activity in most of the counties, everybody converging on Monserrato County. Monserrato County is overcrowded. You got too many pressure on social services, including alleys, waterways. You're talking about electricity, running water, land dispute. You are just looking for more trouble. Because when you got almost half of the country's population converging on one county out of 15 political subdivisions, you are most likely to run into a land dispute. That's why the land issue is happening almost every corner now. And when it's like that, then people will become their own vigilante. As well as full opposite, they want from their own militia or their own security group. Because when you live in a society where you don't have any sense of security, where there are chaos and there is confusion everywhere, you must find a way to protect yourself. And the land dispute is one thing. We saw it in Nima County too, between the Mandingos and the Guillos. It's happening now. The land authorities, even raising Atlanta, they cannot even identify the demarcation between counties. Whether this part is for Nima or this side is for Sano or Granger. Are you kidding me? For a whole country? That's why I tell you, maybe when we are a first state. We are not going anywhere anytime soon.
Thank God that you see some of this
It's not going anywhere. That's just why it is a symbol.
So where are our children? So where are all of these students, all of the scholars that will be sending outside the country forever so long? Yeah. What happened?
You got more intellectuals now, but the confusion in your society, I don't know. That's why I say, Labros, when a Labro mentions I'm educated, technically, it almost as they say I'm an idiot with a bunch of chaos. Because I haven't seen a country that have established so many intellectual centers, but yet the basic thing that a normal human being needs to function, they are not in place. So what makes you an intellectual? No, you are intellectual in stupidity. Your education has never translated to anything positive. So they could say you to Harvard, they can say you to MIT, to the Cornell University. No, you are still useless. Because if the basic thing in the society, maybe look at I think it was Sarah Suleiman that made a video. Sarah Suleiman made a video. I think he was walking with his cell phone and looking at the drainages and the trash and everything. Maybe any animals, the birds of the air, they can fly with pattern. You can see they can make L shape, they will make V shape. You never see a bunch of birds flying just randomly. They always find some pattern. Sometimes you see them in like an airplane shape. Even fish, when you look on the water, maybe they can swim in order. They don't just be all over the place. But in our country of ours, there is nothing that is there that are in place. Nothing that you can make up. Education, zero. Healthcare, zero. Land dispute, zero. Legality, zero. Justice system, zero. Are you kidding me? Can anyone call on the show and tell me why we are better in?
And before Brother Ali come on, Monk, that's just the kind of thing, and this is saddening for us as a country that our land authority people, they are saying that they don't even know the exact demarcation. That means anybody can just come and even take a piece of Liberia, Guinea, Sierra Leone, everybody can come.
But if they can take it into the demarcation between Nima and Bon, how will they take the demarcation between Liberia and Guinea? That's common sense now. Common sense. Think about it. Someone from the land authority is telling you we cannot differentiate the demarcation between Nima and Bon or Grand Jide and Sando. How can they take the borderline between Liberia and Guinea or Liberia and Ivory Coast?
So and that's where you see most of the time the land dispute always coming up, because that's alone is it just that kind of way. I don't know how to say it, because the land authority that's supposed to know all of the demarcation from one country to another, to know where the other country starts and where it ends. If you can come and say you don't know it, then at the end of the day, we see Ivory Coast will be claiming certain part of Liberia, because if you don't even say know your country demarcation, then what about the border lines?
And this is serious, the way you got playing phone with, because if our land authority, people who supposed to be asking why we are into chaos, and more you just need, instead of focusing on the issue, when we come here, we tell you people that the system is rotting. You think that our job by changing people. Thank God, the system is rotting to the extent that even you bring any kind of, that's why these Chinese who will come here and just create O&E money company, they will come and do all kinds of things. Somebody can just come here in Liberia and create company. You imagine, hustlers will come right here in Liberia, create company right away and become millionaire. But you have your young children, you have the scholars that you quote unquote the government, even government can expand on these scholars. Government send people outside for training, send people outside, when the people come, they become spectator. You don't even give them opportunity for them to even serve their own country. Everything is just about politics. It's everything about politics. But Mark, you were saying something about the role network, the way we do our role, the way we bear our role. In fact, we don't even think about the next generation, man. There, I've been saying this thing, and I will say again on the radio. Everything we are doing here, 50 years from now on, a very serious generation that will come, they will break everything down and redo everything. They will say like, wait, what were our forefathers thinking? I'm telling you, they didn't do it, so we just managing. But they will break everything down because we are still playing. The greedy politicians, the greedy leaders, they are the ones that are still manipulating the system. But the red generation will come and they will pave the right road, where you will see that, for example, you will see 4 lanes instead of 2 lanes to Corway. That one Corway road every time. Government passing, government doing this. One truck, 2-tire truck, that don't get me past on that road. Then the other cars that will break and wait. So, my brother, that's it. That's the kind of a terrible society we live in. Nothing. You come and say nothing has changed, nothing going on. People think that your father is joking.
But what's going on in the country? I see something here. Going forward, I will vote against any budget of the Liberia National Police because they are protecting criminals who are demolishing properties and claiming land. They are playing games with our people, senators. Senators.
And that's a man who call himself a lawmaker. That's why I said most of your lawmakers, they don't even understand their role in their function. You are the first branch of government. You say you want to stop the police budget. No, the police are there to make sure that we got safety, the public safety. You cannot stop their budget. Matter of fact, they're not even being paid handsomely in terms of their reward or their incentive. So why would you want to keep the whole country put out of risk because police are involved in some demolition? No, Sir Joseph, that's why I make it to be a lawmaker. Use your brain. Start thinking. How can you address this issue as the first branch of government? Start calling some of your colleagues, whether it will be land reform, whether you will work in collaboration with the executive. You don't stop the police budget. You're acting like Donald Trump America. I want to protest ICE, even though our Congress that created ICE. And the same nonsense you're doing. How do you stop the police from doing that job?
So let me ask you too, in case the police will come out and say, okay, we are also on pay, so we'll not protect you.
Yeah, we're protecting, yeah.
We'll not provide security for you. I do you an eye for an eye. Tell you will not support any bill for us. Okay, we clear all the police officers for BIE will be vulnerable.
That's very interesting.
The people don't know their function. They don't know their function.
Yeah.
That's
a senator speaking.
And these are the people who expect to turn Liberia around. That's more the public official, the one who is saying how the RDF from Singapore. He didn't even know come on public safety issue. We're talking about land dispute for a man who sits in Congress, a senator from the most popular county in the whole country, speaking like some elementary kid that he's going to stop the police budget. Does that make any sense to you? Apart from land dispute, you know how many activities that police are involved in to make sure we get our security and in terms of public safety? How do you block the police from getting a budget because of land dispute?
But when you want to even shift all of the blame on the police, instead of even the court, because the court will always ret the police in helping the sheriff to go out there to implement certain things. So it's just because of that you want the poor police officer that are making $90 or 125 a salary to be hot just because somebody no. Honorable Senator from here, respectfully, they say it's more. These are people that are that are saying, oh, the other person failed. This person was not doing nothing. Oh, you're giving the other position. Oh, what do they want? Yeah, the way they talk. You have all of the right, the positions to even summon the police board and say, no, we want to understand certain things going on. In fact, land issue people for the year. Oh, so you don't want for the police to go there. Why you really want the police to do more? I'm still confused with that statement.
No, they say he brought out there from Singapore will be president for Liberia. That's what the Singapore out there. Yeah, can you imagine? Like I said, a sitting senator from the number one county in the country, the most popular county in the country is Montserrat, the most populated. That a county in which everything is centralized around Montserrat County. He's speaking like some elementary student or someone that never went to school. That's why the people can say educated people fail Liberia. They mean that education is a bad thing. They mean Liberia version of educated people are some of the dumbest people you find anywhere in the world.
Yes, the most educated.
You look at our men. We're talking about populace, we're talking about police. We're talking about making sure security and property are kept in check. And you want to wage a war against the police because of some land dispute. When in fact, you carry the power and the authority to see how to address the thing on the national level. You got a land commission telling that there's a national crisis. And your first response is to stop the police from getting their funds. Can you imagine? Man, bro, man.
Oh, God. But hey, my brother, these are look, we see all this stuff. That's why when mother says sometimes, when mother says we're suffering from leadership crisis, sometimes you get me thinking. But that's true. Because just imagine, I'm following the world news more when you hear about the other person from the US government coming speak. Oh my mom. It can be so interesting. You hear things things coming out.
Ideas.
Policies, ideas.
Policy, idea.
Yeah, man.
Philosophy. Yeah, come to your own here. So mancos.
Jesus.
All of them using morality to put another man because it costs mancos. Then you tell him the country will be better. The people are in the highest position of authority. That's why I don't get mad or how they lower the common people in the abroad vote, how they make decisions, because the ones that lead in the country are the pinnacle of power in the country. They can everything.
Okay.
They are some of the strongest performers in the world. So what make you think, okay, that great, let's assume there was a riot or land dispute in Grand Cape Mount County now. What will be your first reaction? You want to call law enforcement to come and put things on a count. But you got a senator telling you the people who supposed to be there to be the first line of defense, you should defund them. Yeah. I said, I just kind of American country Democratic Party because one of the stupidest party I've ever seen. When police men show me they must defund the what police? I'm like, can you live in this country without police? Do you know how many guns we have in this country? The only reason you can live in peace because of law enforcement. And you're going to defund the police because they shot one person. How stupid can you be? And you're going to jump in the streets and you're going to protest. Are you kidding me? Come on.
More through my entire life, even up to date, I love the security so dearly to my heart. I don't know why, but I love them so much. The only thing sometimes people will say, oh yeah, the way we can talk. Yes, we will talk about some of the police officers, the way they dress, the way they do things, but at the end of the day, we'll not blame them. We blame the leadership. But I love the security. Yes.
Let me tell you something today, so I can tell you what you and Ali. Let me tell you something today. In any functioning society, the very first order of the government is to protect life and property. That's the first responsibility of the commander-in-chief, the president. There are instances where in law enforcement official can be wrong. But you know why you always back the institution or the individual? Because when you chastise law enforcement in public, people will start rebelling against them. And when people start rebelling against law enforcement, it means that you have no order in society. So from a logical standpoint, you can know that somebody might be wrong in law enforcement based on their action. But when you want to punish them, you got to do it administratively behind closed door. Because you don't want to get the public the perception that the law enforcement people are breaking the law. You want to punish them because the next thing the citizens will start disrespecting them. And when the citizens are disrespecting them, guess what happens? No law and order will exist in society. So you do it responsibly. But like I said, you get a certain senator coming up with sort of that kind of a knee-jerk reaction. That doesn't even make sense. That's his first proposal. I'll leave it with you.
As a senator, if you know, according to him, the police, instead of them protecting the people, they are protecting criminals, going demolishing people places. What you need to do, you go to your friends on the floor, you go and discuss it. I don't think this is better. Like you said, you can't go in the public to say, oh yeah, the police, they are doing this, they are doing that. And then at the end of the day, the citizens now, what they will start doing, there will be an uprising against the police in the country whenever they go somewhere, because while they saw that when they say something about against the police publicly, you can call them. That's why they say the security apparatus. All your committee now, you get a security committee, you get this other committee, you reach out to them. They will be able to call it.
Even though the police, or when there are issues, when there maybe some kind of thing happen, will go there as media or journalists. They have their own. Like I can tell most of my colleagues that I always interact with. If you go to some kind of a scene and you see the security, because the security officer too, they go there to do their work. Make sure that you respect them. You are not above the law. But you know, my brother, like, is just another country where anything can happen. Any people can say anything to anybody, and just do anything to anybody, just go scot-free. Even if you want to identify yourself, the police officer will never give you a chance. They will start to say all kinds of things to you, or sometimes hate on you, or do things to you. But not how it's supposed to be. Again, Sir Joseph, you got to withdraw that statement for me. Don't be threatening people that I will not vote for your budget. What's the impact? Even that budget, how much are the people even getting for that budget? The people already complain that in fact that budget is already small. They threatening that you not maybe quote unquote vote for the budget just because of language. You better be holding yourself responsible. You as Senator Dallas, they're not responsible for the people of most of our country. Hey man. Anyway, we'll come back after the news break. We'll go more into that and have some of you your job. abandoning the people here, and then you go inside, they go do all kind of political talk, come back and say you will not sound people budget. But I think we'll go for a news break, we'll come back, we'll continue with the show.
Mm-hmm.
All George Manawea, people are living in alleyway. You remember? George Manawea didn't break their homes down. Not like this. The law that said they will break the people home down. The law didn't say anything then because you were looking for the people vote. But here comes Joseph Yima Baka. They don't say break it down. Just see government, no empathy. So Joseph Yima Baka said he came to clean house. But the people house you can't clean, Mr. President, that the people that put you there. You making them homeless, you making them jobless, you creating avenue for you and only your people. And the poor people that put you there, you kick them out on the street. Does that make sense? My fellow Liberian, the only people that will say it makes sense, that people that oversee and living a better life. The only people that will say it makes sense that they don't that get a senator job and get people that marry them. You will go to OKFM and tell them to break the people home down. Today, they don't say that the people giving them too much hard time for begging for money, and they are taking care of the people under the salary. Today we play. Oh, 2020, 2023, 2022, 6 years old job Manawea. No. Nobody talk about alleyway because they don't need it to be senator. Unity Party needed to come back to government. Nobody talk about LTMR. No. You know how many people are homeless today? I'm speaking to you, my fellow Liberian in Radio Land, and those of you that are watching us. You know how much money you're sending back home because your people are homeless? Now they're about to lose their jobs. Who getting the jobs? Whose salary they increasing every day? Who making fat salary and brand new cars they are driving? These are our problems. And you are talking, you say you're coming back? Unity Party will win 2029? How? Who gonna vote for them? How? The yellow machine will bring you back? When the people ain't got nowhere to sleep, the yellow machine will sleep in? If somebody tell me, how would this happen? You keep the yellow machine for 2027, then you put it on the road. How would that? But I want to do it. We'll keep it for 2027 and they put it on the road. But how would this happen, my people? Let's talk straight talk now. Let's be fair. How would this happen? Can you imagine? Joe, we have spotted it. He said, you don't do it. The people remove him. And Joseph Baga said, go and create a new land. So you kick them out. Then they don't kill and double down on it. They don't say, you're taking all of the other way. Rescue. But in 2029, you will go beyond those people and ask them to vote for you. You will be on the campaign trail and say, we fought for you. But the people will say, hey, we are sleeping on the street. We are displaying in our own home, in our own country. We are refugees. Hey, you fired me from Ministry of Transport. Hey, you gave my job to LTMR. Hey, all George Manawea, people are living in alleyway. You remember? George Manawea didn't break their homes down. Not like this. The law that said they will break the people home down. The law didn't say anything then because you were looking for the people vote. But here comes Joseph Yima Baka. They don't say break it down. Just see government, no empathy. So Joseph Yima Baka said he came to clean house. But the people house you can't clean, Mr. President, that the people that put you there. You making them homeless, you making them jobless, you creating avenue for you and
Good morning and welcome. This is DN News Online Television. The name is George Cooper. We are live here at the Ministry of Transport, where we are seeing huge presence of officers of the Liberian National Police. They are deployed in their numbers. So remember, there were communication from the executive branch of government that beginning the 1st of March 2026, a specific function belonging to the Ministry of Transport will now be turned over to the Liberia Transport Management, the LTM. And so this morning we are here seeing the entire Ministry of Transport upside down. So this is DN News. The name is George Cooper, live at the Ministry of Transport. I keep watching, share the live, tell us where you're watching it from. As we bring you this live coverage, let's see why then we can talk to some of them. You want to talk? That's the issue we have with them. Okay, they said they are not willing to talk to the media, but the entire Ministry of Transport is also down this morning with a huge presence of officers of the Liberia National Police. So you can see here, officers of the Liberia National Police are deployed here at the Ministry of Transport. So the name is George Cooper. Keep watching DN News as we bring you this live coverage from the Ministry of Transport. So remember, the president, there was a communication from the executive mansion that beginning the 1st of March, the specific functions belonging to the Ministry of Transport was going to be turned over to the Liberia Transport Management, LTM. So let's see how Mr. Bwakai, the employees and staff of the Ministry of Transport deserve better as compared to your family. So let's talk to you, brother. Can we talk to you too? Then you don't have to you don't have to speak to us. So I mean, they are not willing to actually speak to us, but the entire Ministry of Transport is also down. You can see all the employees are waiting outside. Normal activities here at the standstill. Employees are all outside with a huge presence of officers of the Liberia National Police. This is the Ministry of Transport. So we are here. This is DN News. The name is George Cooper. We are live here at the Ministry of Transport. So keep watching, share the live, make a comment. This is DN News All Television. My name is George Cooper. We are live here at the Ministry of Transport, where the entire ministry is outside down this morning. All of the employees of the Ministry of Transport, they are outside and expressing their disappointment in the government for taking a specific functions that belong to them and giving it to a foreigner. According to them, they see this as a complete disappointment, and so they are expressing their disappointment about clearly sending a communication to the president. that they does not accept this directive from the president, giving this specific function according to them, belonging to them. So let's see, we see Shadrach Destiny Brown. He's a communication director of Ministry of Transport. Shadrach, welcome, sir.
Thank you.
So we've seen the entire ministry upside down. What is happening?
So no comment for now until we are authorized by our bosses to speak. So for now, we reserve all comment.
But as a communication director, you should have information. You see the entire offices.
No comment until we are authorized to speak. Thank you.
How soon would that be? So he's Shadrach Destiny Brown. He's the head of communication at the Ministry of Transport. And he said no comments for now until he can be authorized by his bosses before he can speak. But that's it. The entire Ministry of Transport is at the standstill with employees waiting outside instead of them being in their offices. And so keep watching DN News. So what are you? So, but your office will be the billing. Why you outside?
I'm outside because they stop me from paying.
Paying what? Yeah, sit down. You can sit down. We'll be talking. You work here or you still do business? You work here. You work here? Oh, she's very quiet.
You are very far not too long.
Yeah, so that's it here. We have officers of the Liberian National Police. They are deployed here in their numbers. They are come to protect.
You take Liberia for the country here, the Lebanese people, with our family to feed, with our children going to school on the salary we're working for. We're not going to take it. We're not taking today, we're not taking tomorrow. Never comes out to die, we're die. We're not taking. For me, I want to see the president. I want somebody to take me to see the president. I want to see the president of the Republic of Liberia.
Someone said the president is aware of this entire deal.
Yeah, that's why I want to see the face to face.
Do you think it would change anything for now?
It will change. I will change it. I will change it. I put my blood, I will change it.
But this deal is approved by this deal was approved by the legislature. By the legislature.
I said all the people will die. They will die. The people will die.
Swear,
all the people they will die in the name of Jesus. Last time never slept. I'm sorry about that day. They will die. All of them will die. I said to God they will die.
You vote for them.
I'm fucking vote. Right now I'm talking about Liberia. I'm talking about fucking vote. I don't want Liberia. I'm talking about right now. All of them will die. They will die. That children will die. That generation will die. We're working here. We are happy. They're making millions of dollars. They don't want to take our chicken change for us. What's that? What would that in a way that we're not supposed to be happy in Liberia? One Liberia, my kid Liberians.
The media is saying that this will not affect your job. You guys will continue.
That's a lie. No, that's the problem. The CSA director, the problem here 3 times.
They stop you from working?
No, the problem here for the party. So when they succeed, they will fire some people. They are lying to us. And we're not going to take it. We're not taking it today. We're not taking it tomorrow.
So how long you been in the ministry?
I've been 13 years. 13 years.
And this is the first of it kind for you seeing.
First time in history.
What is your role here?
I'm a full red. What's it? I'm a full red. What's it? My work here. We will not put our feet down in this country. The people will sell like bro.
So your only issue with it do is that it will take job from you.
Of course, man. You don't know Lebanese man. Just let me tell you one thing about Lebanese people. All my life I work for Lebanese people. Before I kill a ministry of transport, Lebanese people just getting
But for the fact that this you.
All right. All right. I want to see Joseph Boaka. I don't know how the woman will manage to see Mandigon, President Joseph Yema Boaka. But again, it's not easy for go back after the news bulletin, or better say the news break. So many things happening. Sometimes if you are having a fun time, if you are eating, maybe you have your little jollof rest or something that you are eating, don't forget about other people outside. There's so many things going on, especially in Liberia and other the rest of the world. Yes, things not okay with everybody. That's why when we come here, we don't want to make things look like, we are the one that enjoying. Well, no. So all of us, we in the same shoes. We are all struggling. We are all suffering. We all in the same thing. The same politicians. The same way that they're accusing you of backing here and there. That's how they accuse the media. That's how they talk to us. That's how they insult us. That's how they look. That the leadership we have in this country. But again, we're back. Anyway, what are you?
Mabon.
Yeah, my dear brother, we're back.
I want to know something. Because the 12 years of Madam Sedi and that of our deacon, President Boakai, there were so many agreements, concession and other things that were signed in the country. And President Boakai was then vice president and the head of the Senate, president of the Senate. And later on, he said, I was an old car park in the garage. I couldn't do nothing. I couldn't say anything. People said they signed Bukos agreement. And these people, they said that the previous administration destroyed the country. So they issue about LTMI, where today they will say, that George, we are administration brought it in, they did the other one, they did this other one. President Boakai that came to rescue Liberians. And I will always say those Bukos concessions that were signed during their administration, because they always signed a 20-25 years agreement and thing. Some of them now, they're supposed to see how to change some of those agreements. And then the person you succeeded, they brought in a concession or they brought in a company that the agreement, if the company takes over, is to take millions of Liberians or thousands of Liberians out of job. And you came with the mantle of job creation to create job for the youth. And then this LTMI, people are saying that when they take over the transport ministry, they are going to be out of job. Like you listen to that woman, she been there for like 13 years. Is it really forced for LTMI to take over the ministry, wherein every day people are crying about job creation, and when they take over, as we are hearing, people are going to lose their job. Even if it was done by the previous administration, is it forced for this administration that came to create job to rescue the Liberian people to implement that? This is what I want to know from you. You in the country there, you know much about this thing that are happening.
Well, to that, looking for a certain provision in the Constitution that talk about the common good of the people. I think it's somewhere around either Article 3. Better stay maybe in some of the articles, maybe some of you out there. But again, my brother, that's the country. It's just so sad that the people that you claim that you want to also rule or you want to lead, that's how I call the issue of dictatorship sometimes how this thing come about. Because you can't play on the mind of the people by the time you get into positions, then in the twinkling of an eye, then you just change your behavior, everything changed. So yes, my brother, to that, I think our leadership here, they see our people as nobody. Let me be frank. The only time they will look to the people or they will go back to the people is time for elections. And they know very well that they will use their little cash, they will use their little hardback arrest, 25 kg, and they will give it to our people. So that what they are depending on, so because of that, they can insult our people, they can do anything to our people, at the end of the day, they will get no rest. Let me take my brother this. Look, Ali, this is terrible. Now, in fact, before I even conclude, let me just play statement with us again for the second time, where he talked about our entire LTMR and so forth back to back. That's a country of power.
Alleyway. You remember? Some man where they didn't break their homes down. Not like this. The Lord that said they will break the people home down. The Lord didn't say anything there because you were looking for the people vote. But here can Joseph Iman Baka, they don't say break it down. Just see government, no empathy. So Joseph Iman Baka said he came to clean house. But the people house you can't clean, Mr. President, they're the people that put you there. You're making them homeless, you're making them jobless, you're creating avenue for you and only your people. And the poor people that put you there, you kick them out on the street. Does that make sense, my fellow Liberian? The only people that will say it makes sense, that people that oversee and living a better life. The only people that will say it makes sense are Delone, that get a senator job and get people that marry them. You will go to OKFM and tell them to bring the people home down. Today, they're not saying that the people giving them too much hard time for begging for money, and they are taking care of the people under the salary. Today we'll play. Oh, 2020, 2023, 2022, 6 years on job management. No. Nobody talk about alleyway because they don't need it to be senator. Unity Party needed to come back to government. Nobody talk about LTMR. No. You know how many people are homeless today? I'm speaking to you, my fellow Liberian radio land, and those of you that are watching us. You know how much money you're sending back home because the people are homeless? Now they're about to lose their jobs. Who getting the jobs? Whose salary they increasing every day? Who making fat salary and brand new cars they are driving? These are our problems. And you are talking, say you coming back? Unity Party will win 2029? How? Who's going to vote for them? How? The yellow machine will bring you back? When the people ain't got nowhere to sleep, the yellow machine will sleep in? And somebody tell me, how would this happen? You'll keep the yellow machine for 2027, then you put it on the road. How would that? But I want to do it. We'll keep it for 2027 and they put it on the road. But how would this happen, my people? Let's talk straight talk now. Let's be fair. How would this happen? Can you imagine? Joe, we have spotted it. He said, you don't do it. The people remove him. And Joseph Baga said, go and create a new land. So you kick them out. Then they don't kill and double down on it. They don't say, you're taking it all of the other way. Rescue. But in 2029, you will go beyond those people and ask them to vote for you. You will be on the campaign trail and say, we fought for you. But the people will say, hey, we are sleeping on the street. We are displaying in our own home, in our own country. We are refugees. Hey, you fired me from Ministry of Transport. Hey, you gave my job to LTMR. Hey, all George Banner we are.
Yes, so, Brother Ali, so exactly, I think this guy, or in fact, Staten Witherspoon, I didn't say everything, because that the kind of politician that we have in this country. That's the kind of people that we live among, that we have as our leaders, that have the behavior. They don't care. In fact, no impact. From the beginning of all of this happening, some of all we've been talking, even with the 72nd issues, we come on the radio and we talk about these things. We're not saying that government own properties, government own alleyways, or government own anything. No. But what we are saying is how best you going to put this system in place, how you going to handle your citizens, the most before the break. How you going to handle your citizens? Even around the war that is going on right now with US and like Iran. The US, where the citizens go there on their own, or they don't go there on their own, they are now finding ways for the citizens to be safe and to come out. But here in Liberia, nobody saying you. Hey, yes, I know what they do. I may say in a kitchen shop. Yeah. Seriously.
Because the whole LTMR something, I can't stay get it. Because for you to say, oh yeah, there was something that was brought in, was signed by the previous administration, but it never took effect, and you came in now, I think it is better for you to look at the concession as a president in the best interest of your citizen. Because you people want to like wrap sugar around the people more to say, oh, you will not lose your job when the people take over. And they are saying that, no, you're lying to us. We will lose our job. You see, people are lying, no job in the country, and you want to implement or enforce a concession or contract on them that will take them from out of job. It is forced for the government to implement the one concession that will take their people from out of job.
I will tell you that yes, the government force. I will tell you that yes, the government force, because I've been seeing some backs, you know. That one when the politician talk about gift, people can be taking anything for joke. Anytime you receive gift from people, but especially at a certain level, you will be forced down to do what they want you to do. So whether we like it or not, this government are definitely receiving a lot of gifts. They now receive cars and motorbikes and so forth, back to back. In fact, some of them allegedly they have their share, and you know, and people try to imagine even if these people haven't yet taken over 100%, our citizens already start crying. Those one who into motor vehicle business, they already start complaining about the harassments. That's another one. Whenever you go to the security side here, though, but they probably taking over 100%. Our citizens already start crying. What again, my brother? What man? Now why people voted for and this among and Steve can always say elections have their own way
What's
of treating people. So that's it.
You know that one thing I put into understand? That was someone can raise the alarm before even going to elections. You will support a candidate in an election, but you have to pay attention. The democratic process is not only casting your ballot. You need to understand sometimes that even the people that you support, that they will lie to you. It's just part of the nature of a politician. Politicians don't have a spam. The vast majority of them, they don't have a guiding star or kind of like in terms of philosophy as to what they believe in. Anything that will give them vote to maintain them in power, that's what they will do. So at a certain point in time, if you are a voter, you got to sit by and say, you know what? It looks like I like the guy, I'm supporting, but I know he's lying. You don't have to always regret your vote because you failed to pick up the signal. That's what he's saying. Telon said they want you to, their horses to be broken down. You can support him, but the truth will always be the truth. And you will have to be very uncomfortable with the truth sometimes because it will contradict your belief. That's why they call politics. You know something is not right. Even if you support the president sometimes, you know when they are saying, when they are not saying the truth, you know exactly that they are lying. Certain promises you make, you know that that's a lie. He only saying it because he's on the campaign trail. You know that's not the reality. And when you give him power, what do you think is going to change? It's not going to change. That's why that Nigerian guy, that comedian said, when like you saw any politician or campaigning after winning an election, when the elections are over, you are the only loser. You don't get it. That's why when he got come in power, they try to make as much money as possible because they know that job is not guaranteed. But even in the worst case scenario, that's why they keep putting legislation and law in place wherein when they leave office, they will still be getting compensated. That's why they come up with these bogus concessions agreements so that they can get stuck in the company. Because when they are in power, they are already looking forward toward their retirement. So nothing there about their idea is about you. Only a few people got the willpower for you to succeed. But you, who the voter, if you cannot figure it for yourself, then you will always be the victim. That's why the problem is. So election is not only about wearing your regalia and your t-shirt and dancing on the street. Let's not vadeo, let's not yive, because you think that election season. When that process is over, when the entertainment ceases, ask yourself who will be on the hook to carry the brunt of the burden, including your children's children. It will be you. Always. So technically, you are playing a game wherein the chances of you winning maybe is 10%, for the politician is 90%. In some instances, you won't even get 10%. Because let me ask you, the rescue folks, since Joseph Bola came to power, can you give me an update about how your life improved? We are talking about a country where you don't have job and opportunity. And then somebody is making you homeless on top of that 3 times the trouble. You already not doing well. Then the place where you're supposed to kind of lay your little hair in your little buffer to rest until the next morning before you can figure out. Somebody come and take it from under you. Think about that. Just think about that. But that's where it is. Maybe.
And seriously, Mon, like you said, after elections, no one campaign beside the people, and that's a fact. The politicians, they no more campaign until next elections. All they are planning for now is how to get rich before the next elections, and they start to put strategies in place, what to do, what not to do. Like one of our sisters yesterday, the video we're playing from district number 5, that was saying that when you come to intellectual, when you come to elections, we know how to muscle, we know what to do. You see? So they don't even care about improving your lives. And more, that's the fact. Look, I don't even know what kind of country that we're all running that every time people will come, and people will come from good places. Some of the lawmakers, some of them, they come from the corporate world. They go into the legislature, they poorly perform. I don't even know. I don't know what that is. Is something down there that making our people to do what they are doing, or it's just normal? So with the LTMI stuff, yes, our people there for the Ministry of Transport, just get it in mind. Maybe you are only there for the budget year, and they're also among, I think, on tomorrow the asset recovery people, their time will be expired. So I don't know yet, even though they have $2 million into the budget, and maybe the president again will do another announcement again about the asset recovery team for them to do another operation for another year.
They got to put 4 million because they never got nothing from the asset recovery. They stay in court, the litigation process still continues.
So that there where I want to even ask you before we go to the line, the first 1 year, all of the money that the bank were collecting, what did we achieve?
Why they recuperate there?
Nothing. Waste of money. I don't. Some of those places need to be closed down.
Yeah, well, you thought something so you go to the line. But you said nothing, but I need you to say nothing.
Well, my man, what they answered, the people have recovered, saying they took over. Nothing we have seen. You see, people are still passing all.
The people complain that the court process not even in order because they still need to create another criminal code because of the backlog from the other, I think, criminal code C that they cannot even litigate most of the cases. So the first 2 million gone. We recover no asset. All the cases are still in court. And matter of fact, even when the people who they accuse is found guilty, they're telling you there is no way to even prosecute them because the cases that are in line, that are in terms of priority, there are so many on the docket. Okay. But like I said, it's why our people sign up for, and nothing will change until they can change. Maybe let me ask you one question. If you are a lawmaker and you know you don't have any means of delivering for your people, somebody gave you a job for 9 years. 9 good years. That's only 1 year short of a decade. What make you think you will be worried about even giving solution? What make you think you will worry even when they move you from there? The length of time you are being offered, we're talking about 9 good years for senator.
9 years, and we make almost 100,000 plus a year.
Yeah.
When we talk about 120 or 125,000. In fact, I'm more closer to that. In fact, I think this year they'll be getting another 45,000. I think for their last 45,000 car. Either this year or next year.
Yeah, every 3 years. It means they will get 3 cycles of new fleet of vehicle every 3 years. So what make you think when you're taken out of office? Because you're waiting for 9 years for something to happen for you. The man is living extravagantly every single day of the week in 9 years' time. You think when you remove him from there, you will regret? Who will regret? You again. No.
Well, let's go to the line to interact with our people, 0770203125. And yesterday we talked about one of our regular caller here yesterday. Then someone called and after the show, Mom, and the person sent me the name. The guy named Samuel D. Kekula. Yes, he's been one of the strong supporters of the government, even though he's been independent on this show. And I know people, those of you, whether you know the whereabouts of Samuel D. Kekula. Yeah, I'm ready. For me, I really want to talk to him.
Call, please. Let him call the show.
Yeah, Samuel D. Kekula, please, if you are listening, been a little time I'm going to be hearing from you, but let me go to the line to interact with our callers. Hello to this caller. Good evening.
Good evening, neighbor.
Yes, better go ahead.
Neighbor, this is Mamusef who I'm calling from Browville. I know I get only 1 minute, but there's something a new thing I want to introduce on the show. And before I introduce it, I just want to ask one question to you, Mom. What is the essence of outsourcing? Most of our government functionary. What are they busy most of the time? What are the excuses they give?
Well, you want me to answer that question, baby?
Yes, go ahead.
My brother, the main reason you will outsource is for you to get efficient services. That's the whole idea behind outsourcing. When a private enterprise can do a job better than the government outsources. In the case of LeBron, when it comes to outsourcing, no, it's only for people in office to get rich at your expense. It's not about the quality of service. So there are some services we can even train our own people working in government to perform better, but guess what? They will still take it from them in terms of job and give it to somebody from outside. So that the reason where they can outsource in Labrador, they're outsourcing is not to give you quality service. Their outsourcing is for them to get kickbacks and get
return. Yes, indeed.
That's
so there's something in return. But go ahead, my brother. I hope I get everything clear.
Okay, so yeah, I didn't get everything from one board. I think they always put the basis that the government institution that they are outsourcing, they are not getting good return. They are not bringing any profit to the people, and they're not getting any kind of overhead or whatsoever, and they are just putting a lot of money there. But you know what maybe I want to tell you today's the market. Hey, we did better. We outsource the presidency.
Oh.
We outsource it's good for us to outsource the judiciary because at the end of the day, this is we are getting no return. Government in, government out, everything is what it costs. Tell me for God heaven's sake, the people you say LTM, what LTM is bringing? You outsource a lot of things because at the end of the day, you find out that the capital is not there for government to improve upon it. Let's say, for example, in the oil industry, you outsource it because you don't have the financial to bring billions and trillions of dollars to do the initial investment. But to tell me to improve that system, that the one will cause you for you to go and outsource it to another group of people and put people out of job, I don't care how it look like. So that is why I say tomorrow it will be better for all the also the presidency, the judiciary, and the legislative.
Thank you, my dear brother. Even though it may sound funny,
but that's the right thing.
Oh yeah. We are Monge will be calling for I can call it trusteeship here forever.
The trusteeship ready. Just get into the constitution and get the country out. Get people pay them money.
All about resources, everything keep going beyond these politicians. But against 0770 203125, let me take Uncle Brantate. Uncle, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, neighbor, and good evening to Bob and Ali. Let me thank you very much for the analysis this evening. I think the question that man asked one very eloquently, but I want to get an example. That I'm a crime man, and then a seller man open a shop in Bangan or store in Bangan, and then he asked me to be a caretaker for that store or for the school. It will be well served because first of all, I don't have uncle there, I don't have brother. Nobody will come, so the money says, my child is laughing, so he can't credit me this. So that is some of the reasons you can outsource. So let me go to the point. The Samuel D. Kepler, I thought he moved to Kakata. My GB, let me say, because I don't know the specific area.
Okay.
But he always complained from Brazil, and then he moved to Kakata. Maybe he may not be on the signal, but continue to sound it. He was on OK one time, and he said, already in the home government.
Exactly. Yeah, calling for SOL call, I listen, and yeah.
I can always follow. Sometimes I don't want to call, then I relax.
Okay.
So let me thank you so much. All the statements from the lawmakers, politicians, and other people between now and 2028, their song will be cheating.
Exactly.
Will be telling Bobo, it is the things of Joseph who when all God wants. To a people that came around to make sure somebody came there, not loot and all the kind of thing, even to make sure that
like you say, yeah.
These things are just right to come out there. So it will be, and he right to make those statements because the man he viewed the benefited and more really put it right. He went to Norway or Singapore, he brought a political party, then he arrived. Some of the things, some of the people at the Capitol building that they will open 10,000 bank account, he will credit for 5%, I know 5% or 3%. But to now, he has the 10,000 to 9 in the account. These are people who say they want to leave. Yes.
All right.
So,
thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Any of you that get his number, you can just text it on the number also so that we'll be able to be in contact with him. But again, keep your calls coming. Hello, today's caller, good evening. Hello? All right. Hello, today's caller, good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, my brother, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Let me say good evening to His Excellency President Boakai. This is somebody Kekula. I'm a related follower of this show. Despite my condition, dizzy, I follow you guys every day.
Yeah,
so
Samuel.
I want to say thank to you for your position on me to even call and talk about me. I'm a regular follower of the show, and I want to say thank to I'm Big Brother Brand Tate. So you see, some of us, while you're dancing on the show, we are reaping what we sow, right? Our one person, 2019 by-election, I supported the loan. I said I put washer for him at Bala Public School in Broadville. I didn't stop. I also said I put washer for the law in Barrow compound in 2020 election on December 8th. But the law upon a car reloaded at December 23rd, he was distributing 1,000 USD equivalent. I called on a show. I appealed to the big brother and the senator. He told me that if they want to consider my condition, it means that they will be considering everybody's condition. So they put here in my ad on, this evening to see the panel even requesting about me, and you neighbor, you some of all have perceived. Let me admit, right? Some of all have a perception of you people being against the government. But they tell me that you and Julius and all who are helping me in the process, who all know me, with the culture I have now, I think there are people in like despite the political and differences, there are people who care for people. I did not stop there. You can maybe look at studio. I want new government official.
You will come. No, somewhere you will come. Maybe we'll find time in between. I will talk to Monk and other brother Ali. Exactly. All right. Call me on this number. Call me on this number immediately after the show. All right. All right, Samuel. I will call you too also. I already seen your number. I will call you. Hello to this caller. Good evening. Yeah, my brother, go ahead. Yeah, life.
Thank you. This is the common board chairman. I'm P1P with the adjournment from Soaking at the show 4. Neighbor, you have said many things, but she caught my mind. The issue of slavery is first on my mind. Look, Senator Joseph, you are not scheme on us. Because our attitude is a total attitude of scheming. There is on lead, more I need to find a lead. Senator, if you're very serious, you always hear from Mo Ali's lead that the pro-bill court is involved with this. You should have invited with your own side Mo Ali to get more information from him. How the thing is happening.
Oh yes.
For the investigation. But being that you don't want to do it, you want to win a dress, you want to scapegoat and get vote 2029. That why you talking about defunding police? We know that the police go through the kind of issue when it comes to Solomon and other things, they don't want to be naked to investigate. But what should be done is use Mo Ali, who's like a state witness now, who brings himself out and saying he got information. Why not use him to investigate and get to the bottom of the whole issue if we really want to solve it?
Exactly, though. It can't make sense. All right. All right, thank you. Let me take David King. David, good evening, my brother.
Good evening, Libon.
Yeah.
Let me say good afternoon to Ali. Yeah, Libon, you see, we're in trouble in this country. When I listened to Stenton last night on his show, you're making all these statements. And I sat down, I tried to retrospect on 2023. These were the very people who were seeing all sorts of things. And I look back in 2020, some of the things that was said by Stenton, some of the fundraising that they did for Darius Belong, Motorboy Rattle, Carry on Dollar Rally, on behalf of Dilla. And these are the very people today, is saying they should bring the houses down. And when he made that statement in the Senate, after the Senate went, when he made that statement, somebody in the background said, even the current president was on the army, can they bring it down? He said, if the president was on the army, if they not bring it down, the next government should bring it down. Because what is happening to us today, you are one of the architects of what is happening to us. So you're not even the red messenger for the message. And when you ask about Broadview, they call it Samuel D. Kepler. And the man who always used to call you will see the Joseph Baga friend. And you see, this is what we say. You don't kill yourself a politician because they will not come to your ear when you are in need. This guy is passionate about Unity Party, but he was robbed. And his business is doing it gone down. That's why yesterday when he tried to conscious of Kusin, and I said, yeah, maybe you're doing the right thing. Because sometimes it's good to tell people, when people are discussing national issue, that is crucial to all of us survivability, and go for you to contact, not to come with our friend.
All right.
It should stop.
All right, my dear brother, thank you so much. I wanted the person here to that stay away from us more, Brother Louis Pony. I've been texting you back to know how you come here, but there was no reply. Louis, good evening. I got a serious issue with you, and you got to pay that fine.
Yeah, I owe you guys. I owe more the rest of the crew, my man. I owe you guys. I had a tight engagement doing research, and then I'm tight. But can you imagine Samuel Kekula and the rest of the crew and Milton? Trust me, you deserve an award. I mean, your energy, your passion for the show, Montu, I mean, being in the U.S., have so many obligations. The U.S. is about time. In the U.S., time is maximized. You may use of time to take off his time. The other brother, Masale, would take off his time and give his contribution. I think you know, because this is a patriotic work, nationalistic work. There's no pay. There's no take up time every evening. People are frustrated. Sometimes your voice cancel them, reduce the stress, relieve them of the broken spirit. People are broken in Liberia. But I have to say, what's up, my mom? I miss your analysis. My Barcelona brother has something to you, man. We were outstanding yesterday,
my man, we got to give you a part of what segment on this show because you got a lot of questions to answer on this show.
It's unwavering. I have an unwavering support for Barcelona. I was impressed. I hope they could use that same force and energy in the rest of the other game Champions League. I think they will do better. Therefore, I got two issues to speak on. The first issue I have to say here to the crew is that, and the public is that the president can even renew the executive order tomorrow. As he renews the staff, it ends today. The asset recovery and retrieval team mandate ends today. But with all of the research per law, it has no effect. The president can renew it tomorrow as he renew and re-nominate and declare that works continue. That works will be hotter as the president renew and continue. It's a 1 year period, you are right. And it's staying in the president's hand, whether you want Clamati and the rest of the crew to continue. Secondly, I'd like to speak to the LTMD. And I want Mom to listen carefully. Mom, you know, our country, Mom, I'm sorry to sound this, but the people at the legislature, they are disgraced. Mom, are you aware that when rectification comes to you, you need to examine it, re-examine it, re-evaluate it critically before passing? Because, Mom, here's a problem. If you rectify some of the agreement that the one we hear about the LTM, it's frustrating for our people and Mr. Transport. Do you know sometimes the law say after 5 years before you can review? Are you also aware that when you rectify this agreement and it's signed into law by the president or the previous current, and then you refuse to effectuate it, are you aware that those who can sue the government and your assets can be seized? Sometimes they sue you to international courts. Sometimes they might not even sue you domestically. They sue you out of the country. And then, and that's why you see the legislature is stuck. They can't say a thing. Why the guys are there fools? Well, I'm sorry to sound the way I sound. When agreement comes before you rectify it, you have to critically look at it. Because the banning effect it has serious consequences. Sometimes they sue you abroad.
Oh, yes.
And then when they sue you and you fall guilty, they can't seize your assets. And then the consequences, and then you don't go back on it because some of them they say review, they say re-examine, they say you gotta review, you gotta re-evaluate after every 5 years.
Yes, after every 5 years.
Why were they thinking You have Ministry of Transport that have multiple responsibility, and you're taking all of the responsibility given to the LTR. I'm saying that they will be responsible for lesson, they will be responsible for plate and lesson plate and auto card, and then Ministry of Transport will have inspectoral rule along with Labrador National Police and Fire Service. They would during inspection time. Why would you reduce it like that? And the reason you see the program like that, there were no SS plan. It is the last minute of the time the civil servant and other group are coming now to know how they will handle the bulk of the employees. But they never had initial plan of the people. They rectified that deed and signed it. The embassy even spoke on concession. That concession is bound in Labrador should honor and respect concession. Someone that's a trouble we in the country here.
Serious trouble though.
Serious trouble.
Yes, very, very serious.
For us, I think for the people. On the other hand, the government is if that deed is legitimate, LTR can sue if you want to step on it after rectifying it and you want to ignore it. They can take the state to. I mean, I'm not interested in the politics, who gets shares, the monster that will always happen, but just do the right thing.
Simple.
Thank you guys. Thank you, Mom.
Thank you, but Mom said you should find time at least doing all of your research. After some time, you have to come here.
Absolutely right. I'll be on tomorrow and the after tomorrow.
Yeah. So Mom said you should come on. Mom said you have to come also.
Yeah, we got to get a man a whole segment and men got to come and give her up doing that research. We got to know what the men did in your fast fund.
I didn't see her yesterday. I wanted to qualify, but I saw quality, I saw outstanding performance of the team. So, yes, we emerged, we won, but we didn't qualify. But I was happy because I saw the team brilliant and incredible performance yesterday. So that's a situation we're going to face with. We don't know. I think you said something more and a little closer. The quality of people we send to the legislature matters.
Oh, yeah.
Quality of individuals sent to the legislature definitely matter will help us.
100%.
All
right, thank you, Brother Louis. Thank you so much for joining us after a little time. And Louis been away for our team one more now. But today's call up quickly. Good evening.
Thank you, Mabel. This is the voice of Prince Kolake. So let me add to the caller I just dropped the line. So the issue about our lawmakers, they are causing a lot of problems. Can you imagine? Just a case study. Doing the Eto and the Evil Man loan. Don't you know that those agreement was improperly scrutinized and moved besides? They did not do due diligence when it comes to who are the financial and where they call Eto and Evil Man people are resigning their website and what I feel. This is why during the regime, I told somebody, this government, there's no opposition. No, during the regime of President Ware, the former president, you could see the opposition doing research. And when the opposition came out with it, it was clear.
Exactly.
The government at the time classified or as enemy of the state. Mind you, they went and then signed that agreement. This is why Honorable Samuel Koga at the time he was represented. The man is saying that there is an agreement that have been passed with Eto and Iboma, though we did not go through it properly. But yes, here at the time you were pushing, if there's a delinquent deed, it's not de-ratified after 100 to 200 years. Can you imagine? Because these were money people were bringing to kind of invest on the coastal highway. So the deed is currently out of the in committee room. So it is not de-ratified. After 100, 200 years, those people will come and they will say like we're still owing them. What kind of country you find saying? Look, if it was during the regime of President look, none of the opposition, they already rallied to someone Mo Ali to come and give those evidence that he's saying in God.
Exactly.
And all the opposition, they are they can never make it to our opposition. And the issue about what my brother Samat Kekula, I went in Kakatan a few days ago, we met. And he told me some things. Look, I pity the condition of the country. It happened to DJ Lumet. DJ Lumet, when you were at the hospital at the time when I got the information from Christopher Steady on your show, I went there. What the man was said, the man was said how the man got a stroke and how he came down with that stroke was one afternoon he was calling on the show. There was certain debate about President Bwaka and what I feel. So he had two phones. Dying no more calling, trying to call and what I feel. All of a sudden, when he got to making a point, he just went down. Today, our brother is battling stroke. What happened for the Annual Unity Party? What are you doing to help that country?
Who battling stroke? Kekura battling stroke?
No, not Kekula. It's a different person.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, my dear brother. Thank you all of. Thank God that y'all will know these things. That some of us that we have no sir, and thank God for among them because when we see this thing, you'll not believe us. But again, more. That's it, my brother. So, quickly to Kekula, I will call you immediately after the show, and the team will decide what next to do. Yes, indeed. So, Mark, we're back.
Well, Ali, go for it.
Like I was praying, I heard somebody talking the one kind of show that Kekula that we were asking about.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Let him come, man. For me, I always tell people, no matter our political differences, everybody belong to a political party, and it is a constitutional right. And that's why I can always tell people on other media, not because you say, "Oh yes, I'm not part of this other one." Whenever you are in need, come out. We will see what we can do. I already been thinking, I already been praying to already hear from him because I know what he was going through. I can reach out to him. But thank God that we got him, and when he come, we'll see what to do. Yes, that is it. Politician, some of these people we whole day we talk about them, they don't even know us, and we are there defending them. And when we get in problem, they can't even come to our aid. So that is it. Politician, they only use you and they dash you. That's how they are. But it was a great show. Thanks to the caller, those in the comment section. That's it. Mom?
Yes, sir.
Brother, we are making progress in Iran. We are making significant progress, man.
Yeah, we gotta wrap it up. We gotta end it then. So
when you look out in the air now, we control the airspace. Pretty soon we start to capture all the major seaports and all the airports. Then we'll see who be men. But we are doing extremely well there.
I hope we can end quick so the people of Iran can be liberated. So
and let's continue to get our men and women and let's get them in prayer. Let's pray for them. We don't want more casualties on this operation.
Minimum.
We hope and pray even the full far with the president talking about we shouldn't reach that far because what I'm seeing, I think we'll reach that level. They will come down. Thank you.
Yes, sir. But anyway, folks, that's it. We heard from our people. We will keep saying it. Anything that will benefit the Liberian people and the broader public, that's what we stand for on SKTV. People might have their personal view, but at the end of the day, we are all connected, whether you're in the diaspora or you are back home. So when you see our diaspora, people advocating for you here, they are not your enemy. They just want the best for their country because, like I keep saying, at a certain point in time, even those that overseas will want to come home. And when things are not going well in the country, it affects you directly, but indirectly, the diaspora carry some burden of the pain. So that's just why it is. We'll be here tomorrow. My God said, I think I'll be with you guys to the end of the week, but I will take a break. I got something coming up, but I will be behind the show. We'll do our best to keep the show going and to see what other way we can support SKTV because we are doing great and we'll be vindicated by history in time. They will say, there was a time in history when things were going by 3-4 guys were on the radio every day. They were reminding us. Because for you want to see election. No, Liberia is bigger than one election cycle. So if you think that you can do the thing emotionally to be like, okay, we're getting 6 more years. No, we don't have 6 or 9 years to be giving that we just dishing out candy to kids. We want result for the country. If we cannot get a result, then the election is of no use. That's the thing. The election is just one process among so many processes. So if you think that you can just narrow Liberia to just casting that ballot paper, no. It's bigger than that. We also want result. We want the best. We're talking about land dispute again of all the problems.
The angle that they have in them, what they can use the angle on the leaders to hold them accountable.
And what one of the callers said, we were more drastic on CDC than what's happening now. All the opposition were in arms. Why we are not holding them accountable? And he's right. From the moment we are took power, within 6 months, the pressure already on we are. This man going to 3 years. Let him can disband a so-called asset recovery team. Maybe they can allocate more money for them by making it maybe another 4 million, even though we can give account a fair 2 million. We cannot see the outcome so far in terms of the fruit that particular process is bearing. But guess what? We'll be looking to the president again, even though they say cleaning house means you should come and do all the things that were done wrongly to be corrected. But I think the president can clean house. Maybe he understands that breaking down people's houses. So you got to ask him whether he really understands the concept of cleaning house. Because he's from a whole different generation. Maybe he got different interpretation of cleaning house. Because when you say clean house,
the interpretation they're breaking their houses.
maybe to me it sounds like breaking houses. But anyway, guys, I'll stop there.
Man, we gotta go. Thank you so much. And let me say thank you to all of our supporters, our followers, to our brother Samuel Dikekula. Yes, indeed. I will call you immediately after the show. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Brother Aliu. We see you again on tomorrow by the grace of God. Tomorrow, Steve will be here with us, and the rest of the team will be here with us by God's grace on tomorrow. Good night to all of you, Brother Aliu.
Any structure that is in clear and the government want to use those places to open it to gain access to the people and the public for safety and development, break it down. Any structure that is in clearly defined alleyways and the government want to use those places to open it to gain access to the people and the public for safety and development, break it down. Any
there are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We touch it for podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the club. What is our people who willing to serve? Blessing that time and the effort are rest. The brothers giving us the end of the from there. So welcome my life without again.
I live
Master.
Le pali suo me konyo ake Sktv benyo. Se macheni tina ke ase manjamu. Enji sano muni emu aye yo. Enji lofa mui emu aye yo.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Muscle rather lofa and grandbaza.
Ena Guinea ya tumare, ena Sadia ya tumare, ena Conakry ya tumare, ena Cote d'Ivoire ya tumare, ena Guinea ya tumare, ena Sadia ya tumare, ena Conakry ya tumare, ena Cote d'Ivoire ya tumare, ena Napagirina ya tumare, Sktv, ena Napagirina, Tosi Wakama ya tumare.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Muscle rather lofa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking for podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. What is our people who waiting to serve? The flesh, the time and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving are real and the promise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lofa, from Riverside, River G to Chide, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Cape Mount, Montserrat, Sando to Bagbolu, from Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia.